Good evening. This is Johnny. Thought I'd make a video since I like making videos. Today I went through the videos that I have made since my 2-week suspension and giving them titles. I don't think I'm going to re-download the video that got deleted because I'm not sure if it meets community guidelines. And all that video was a list of the used books that I got at the first day of the Friends of the Library used book sale. So what I listed the books here in my online diary, Crooked Fingers. But what I'm thinking about doing is showing those books in another video, maybe next month. So yeah, so I went through that. I did a video, and then I did a video, 2 weeks suspension. I did that on the July the 21st. I'll call that video goodbye. And I listed a couple books that I got at a local Goodwill that day on the 21st of July. And then I made a video on the 22nd of July, and I titled it What I Plan to Do Next. And what I plan to do next, and that is just make videos and just throw the dice and try to be as faithful to my understanding of the community guidelines as I can. Then I made a video on the 25th, what I've been reading. And then I made a video on the 26th of July, a small used book haul. And then I made a video on the 27th of July, what books are on my study desk. And then I made a video on the 29th of July, getting my August 2018 diary ready. I do that every month. I show you guys I'm getting ready my paper diary for the following month. And then on Monday the 30th of July, Monday Reads, what I plan to be reading throughout this week and into the new month of August. We go into the month of August tomorrow. Today is July the 31st, 2018. Here in West Michigan. It is going on 8 o'clock at night. It rained a little bit ago. And tonight is Tuesday, the 31st of July, is 7:44, and I'm going to do a large used book haul. And what these books are is after the used Friends of the Library used book sale last Tuesday. I think it was last Tuesday. Oh, I can't remember now. Anyway, it was, yeah, today is a Monday. No, today is a Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I helped box up the books that didn't sell. We sold a lot. We had 40%, we made 40% more money from this used book sale than we did the following year. We sold 13 or 14,000 used books, $13 to $14,000 worth of used books. And when we were boxing up the used books that didn't sell, the woman in charge said that we could take anything that we wanted that was left over, and that was free. Knocking over the thing here. So these are the books that I took that looked interesting on that last Tuesday. The first thing I bought was Prick Up Your Ears, the biography of Joe Horton by John Lear. I bought this because recently I got from the Book Nook his diary. As I mentioned in that video, Joe Horton committed suicide. He killed himself. No, that's not right. His homosexual lover killed him, murdered him because of jealousy. And he was just killed and murdered, and he was writing a diary around that time when he was murdered by his gay boyfriend. So I got his biography, and then I picked up, this is a Dennis Cooper his short stories wrong. He's kind of really on the extreme edge of literature, almost gay pornographic literature. I've come across him in BookTube. I can't remember now. There was a BookTuber I watch that mentions his writings. And then I picked up Pat Barker. She's a British writer. She's famous for her Regeneration trilogy. This is her novel Border Crossing. I collect her writings, that's why I took this. And then I took Penguin Classics, Thomas De Quincey, Confessions of an English Opium Eater and Other Writings. I have this already, but I don't have this Penguin edition, which has other writings. A couple of years ago, I bought this biography on the life of Thomas De Quincey, Guilty Things, and by Francis Wilson. I have not read this, but I like to. And then I picked up Passionate Sage, The Character and Legacy of John Adams by the great American historian Joseph E. Ellis. He wrote a very famous biography on Thomas Jefferson, the American Phoenix. And then I found this little book as I was packing up books. It Ain't No Sin to Be Glad You're Alive. The Promise of Bruce Springsteen by Eric Alterman. It's a little book of his it's like a biography, memoir. Well, it's a biography of Bruce Springsteen, but how Eric Alterman how Bruce Springsteen kind of spoke to him and why he likes his music and why it means something to him. And then I bought this novel by Stuart Onan, Emily Alone. I found out I had this already, but I didn't know it, but it was free, so I took it. This is an Irish novel called Dirty Dust by Martin O'Callaghan. It looked really interesting, so I took it. This is a biography on Fanny Stevenson, who was the wife of Robert Louis Stevenson. I have a couple of biographies on Robert Louis Stevenson. He wrote, what was that? Robinson Crusoe, I think that's what he's famous for. Treasure Island, Dr. Hyde, Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde. So that was free. And then I bought a biography on Kenneth Clark by Mary Sincris. He did that series that was very famous on television, Civilization. And then I bought a Paul Bowles, The Sheltering Sky. This is a 50th anniversary edition. I have this already, but I like this 50th anniversary edition by Paul Bowles. And then I bought Glaciary Literary Terms. I already have this, but mine's a small paperback. This is by M.H. Abrams. And so I bought that. And then I bought this table book by, her name was Linnell, The Legend of Pictorial Autobiography. She was a singer, performer in Patrol Breck and Absurd Theater, Cabaret. It's kind of like the whole thing Berlin during the 20s and the 30s, and looked kind of interesting. Many years ago when I was in my 20s, I was really into Patrol Breck and that kind of theater, the absurd theater kind of trip. So those are the things I took free. I didn't want to see them being boxed up. I could have taken a lot more. I saw books on Frank Sinatra that looked interesting, and it was all, there's no end when you become a bookworm. You can always find something. So I got those last Tuesday, brought them home, cataloged them, mentioned them in my online diary, Crooked Fingers, and now I showed them to these people out there in YouTube world. So this is, video made the 31st large used book haul. Tomorrow is August the 1st, 2018. I'll probably do my to be read pile for the month of August, what I plan to be reading. I got a bunch of books in the back. You can see those are from my to be read pile. And I don't got any books coming in the mail. I did get some thrift store books today. I got a book yesterday at the Book Nook for volunteering, and I might go to thrift stores tomorrow, north side of Holland, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to get rid of books. Today I took a bunch of books to a local thrift store, a bunch of art books I never have looked at. I'm trying to every week when I go to the Book Nook to take a bunch of books, start de-hauling books. But we'll see. It's very difficult because I'm thinking, I'm going to read that. Well, I can't get rid of that. I might want to read it someday. But Carol says, well, you can always check it out of the library if you really want to read it. That's true. One of the books I got today at a local thrift store, this is an Ace Atkins crime fiction. This is The Ranger, a Quinn Coulson novel. This is the first one in the series of the Quinn Coulson novels, and I mentioned a couple of months ago I read one of these crime fiction, Southern Gothic, murder, mayhem, bloodshed, drugs, motorcycle gangs, bad guys in the South, Mississippi. So I've been reading that tonight. The Ranger, after it says here in the back, The Ranger by Ace Atkins. After years at war, Army Ranger Quinn Coulson returns to the rugged hill country of northeast Mississippi to find his native Tabitha County overrun by corruption, decay, meth dealers, and violence. His uncle, the lifetime county sheriff, is dead. A suicide, he's told, but others like tomboy deputy Lily Virgil whisper murder. In the days that follow, it will be up to Coulson to discover the truth about his uncle, his family, his friends, his town, and himself. Then there's no going back for this real hero of the Deep South. Yeah, I read one of his recent novels, and I kind of liked it because, as you know, we lived in Mississippi for 5 years when I was in seminary back in the early 80s. We lived in Jackson, Mississippi, and I preached throughout Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. And I really liked the South. I liked Mississippi. We liked Mississippi. But it's not a place I want to spend the rest of my life. But over and all, I really liked Mississippi. In spite of the racism and the poverty and certain things. But I like the South. I probably like the South. I like the country, I suppose. I like the country, the pine forests, the cotton fields, just the landscape of Mississippi. I liked. The people were friendly and warm. So I don't know, good memories. No, well, I'm not saying seminary wasn't easy. I mean, I had a couple many breakdowns in seminary. It was very difficult. I was sick all the time with my ulcer, and we were raising our small children, and it had its difficulty, but as far as Mississippi, there were some good points. So yeah, this is the video. I'm going to download it hopefully by this coming Saturday. YouTube will open the gates and allow me to download my videos. If not, well, what can I say? So I hope you're having a good week. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the comments. Hope you're all doing well. Until next time, bye.